Hello folks, Big Ted in Oz here, 30th of November 2020, Monday morning. A bit of rain overnight, quite wintry this morning actually. I know the eastern states are being hit by some very hot weather. Apologise for the absence. I think my last major video posted was a review of the 2018 Goldwing. When it first came out, I think I was the second one in Perth to ride the demo. Nice bike, a bit too exy for me though, 46,000 Australian dollars on the road. You can buy an awful lot of car for that. I am looking at something German, the new BMW R1250 RT has my eye. That's not that much cheaper than 46. I think coming in with a top box is about 38 here in Perth. I have a feeling that might be a retirement present to myself or a lottery win. Not quite sure which is more likely to happen in the next 5 to 10 years. One day. I mean, the ST1300 I'm riding has been absolutely brilliant. Mechanically, it's hardly missed a beat. It just keeps going. I've put 154,000, in 2 kilometres, 154,000 kilometres onto it. That included 22,500 kilometres in a lap around Australia over just under 9 weeks, a couple of years ago. I did have a bit of a problem with the windscreen on this, where the motor on it was intermittently working. It was stuck up for a while. I have a feeling it's actually the connector on the motor. There's no noise. It is intermittent. So if it was a dud motor, I'd expect not to be working at all. With Christmas coming up, probably take the front off the bike and have a good look, see if I can find anything and replace that. But at the moment it's working fine. Yeah, so she's hardly missed a beat. She just keeps going and going and going, but she is getting old. 9.5 years now for me, which is a good life for a bike. And this thing will probably keep going for another 200,000 kilometres, all reports on the STs, but like I said, it's just getting a bit old, it's dated. I like my new shiny toys. Talk a bit more about that in a moment. The traffic's quite heavy this morning. It's only 6:10. So there's a couple of reasons why I haven't been posting much. As I said earlier, I do have about I guess it's about 350 gig to 400 gig of video that I took on my trip around Australia, unprocessed, sitting on a hard drive. I guess that probably edits down to about 30 maybe 60 minutes of video that I'd want to publish on YouTube. That takes a lot of work. I've worked out to in the editing process to strip out all the garbage and sort of stream it together, sort of stitch it together properly. So that's ahead of me. I plan to do that over the Christmas break if I can, at least break the back of it. My wife's working for most of the holidays, so might as well make the use of the time. Got some training to do for work though, but I'll should be able to, like I said, break the back of the video. I won't certainly be posting a single 60-minute video up there. I'll break it down into sort of 5 to 10 minute chunks if I can. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, the main reason for not posting, I guess, is the difficulty I've been having with this Drift Ghost camera on my helmet. It works a treat when it works. The batteries have been giving me a bit of hell. I've had to replace all of those. They've just died. Now it is a probably a 6-year-old camera now, so it's not surprising the batteries have died. In fact, I think this is the second time I've replaced them anyway. More importantly though, the charging circuitry in the camera itself has died, so to charge the batteries I can't just plug the camera in. I've actually got to take the batteries out that's an absolute pain in the bum, because it's, you know, it's meant to be sort of slightly, well, good water resistant. So the back has to come off, plug the cable, or take the battery out, put the battery in a charging cradle, and do it that way. Sometimes too, or not sometimes, it's actually more often than I'd like it, the camera just locks up, freezes, and the only way to reset it is to pull the battery out. Again, another pain. And sometimes the memory card just shits itself. So it's a bit annoying. It still works, as you can tell, well, assuming I can get this posted, of course. But the thing I like about the Drift is it's very aerodynamic, with just a small lens at the front, size of a 10-cent piece, so it you know, minimises noise on the helmet and all sorts of stuff. And the cables come out the back, so the audio cable I've got connected you know, sits in behind, easy to connect in. However, with the trouble I've been having, I've been thinking about replacing it. I don't like the ideas or the design of the new Drift cameras, because the cables come out of the bottom. They also seem to be less waterproof or water resistant. I like using the camera during the rain if I need to. I don't like, you know, why would I want to take it off? But as it happens, my wife and her mother went up for a holiday to the Abrolhos Islands off Western Australia's coast a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago now, a couple of months maybe. And she came back having snorkeled and done all sorts of stuff. They're saying, oh, I want a GoPro. So that was my catalyst to do something about it. We have bought ourselves a GoPro Hero 9 for Christmas. See how that goes. I've ordered a helmet mount for the GoPro, so it'll actually sit at the front on my chin as opposed to the side. That should improve the view. Hopefully the screen won't get in the way. I don't think it will. This is actually on its highest position anyway, so I could lower it. Oops, indicator. I'm not too sure how the GoPro is going to go. It's two things I need for it. Remote. This thing on the Drift is ideal. It really makes, and you get feedback. It tells you what it's doing, so you're not guessing all the time. And also so there's a remote for GoPros, but not for the Hero 9 yet. They are making one. I don't know why. I thought it was Bluetooth, but maybe I'm wrong. So I have to wait on that one. And also need an audio adapter for it, which mind boggles. It's got a USB-C connector. I hate they're doing the Apple trick as far as I'm concerned, and forcing people to buy certain types of hardware. Drives me nuts. But it is what it is. We'll see where we go. Hopefully it works. If not, I'll look for another toy. So that, having got that, it's just going to pile on the video. I've already got, as I said, about, let's say, 35 hours of video in my queue to process. Putting the GoPro on and doing more of this is only going to make that queue longer. And of course this video itself, this one will jump the queue. I hope to get this done in the next few days. It's just adding to it, but something I like to do. Adding to the queue of videos that I've got to process, I've just gone and bought myself a new toy, a drone, the DJI Mini 2. Really easy to fly. I lost my drone virginity about 2 weeks ago. Took it down to the local park. Still getting used to it. You really got to sort of think about what you're doing. It doesn't have obstacle avoidance, so you know, there is a risk you can crash into things if you're not paying attention. Really bought it for holidaying and touring and things. Getting that camera angle that you just can't get with a handheld. I will post some videos from the flying that I have done. Whoops, wrong lane. I'll post that here if it's worthy of posting, of course. Well, that's it for me, folks. I certainly hope that this won't be my last video for another 3 years. I don't think so. Certainly not when I get the GoPro and the drone up and running and functioning properly. So ride safe, drive safe, be safe, etc. Especially in the sort of current COVID climate we have. And take care. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.